Well, hello and welcome back. Thanks for coming back. We're up in the mountains today. We're coming from Armageddon and we're going to drop down towards the blueness of the blue Mediterranean Sea, and we're going to hit the main road into Paphos. So don't click off just yet. You're in for some spectacality of some scenery and, of course, a little chat with Mr. Paul on the little channel known as Marika and Me. And there's a lot of new tarmacking being gone on up in the hills here. They've been tarmacking the roads like crazy, which is great if you live up here, isn't it? And it's nice and smooth and lots of greenery, lots of, well, what are they? I think they're grapes, aren't they? There's grapes, there's olive trees up here, there's all sorts. It reminds me of the green grass back home in downtown North Wales. And a big shout out to Sam in downtown Maeshaben. Yes, a little village not far from where I grew up. I was born in Ruthin, then we moved to Llanberis and Gwenamynydd, and of course just across the road from our little house was the turning for Maeshaben. And of course now and again I used to commute through Maeshaben on the back roads into downtown Monera. Yes, familiar route for Sam, I am sure. What's this Audi doing parked up on the side of the road? What's my brother doing? We just collected that car and we're taking it back to Paphos. There's one or two little problems with it and we're going to, well, hopefully sort it out and then have a very good rummage in the man's wallet when we get back. Well, that's the plan, isn't it? That's how it works. Anyway, only making fun. Very soon indeed you're going to get a spectacality of a view indeed. If that view's not good enough for you yet, stick with us because we're going to go around a couple of curves and then we're going to start to drop down on our ascent to the Paphos Centre, and of course you're going to get a spectacality of a view. There's that word again. Indeed, out into the blueness of the blue Mediterranean Sea. Yes, Sir Jim, spectacality of a day indeed. Cuddle up to Lady Amanda, give her a kiss, give her a cuddle, because very soon indeed you will be getting on a big bird or a canoe and paddling like crazy, because Paphos Cyprus, Marika and me, oh yeah, we're waiting especially for you. Big shout out to some of the guys that come and tune into the little channel and like to join Mr. Paul on his travels. There's a gentleman in downtown Nice in the south of France, and of course that's our Sir Ronaldo. Cuddle up to Lady Sylvie, give her a kiss, because soon you'll be coming back to Paphos for the rest of your life. And of course Sir Daniel, he's in downtown Plymouth. Cuddle up to Lady Sherry. You'll be coming back to us soon, we're pretty sure. And I know there's a man going to get on a big bird very soon indeed. And he's going to jet into Paphos. Reboot his Yaris. Yes, Sir Brian, a very Calimera to you. Up in the hills today, like I was saying, some reference points for you. If you take a left here, you go to Nata village. If you take a right, you'd go to Emscopi. But we're going to keep on going straight over this crest, and then I promise you a view to die for. And we're going to be looking out into the blueness of that blue Mediterranean Sea. Now, I know one or two guys when they come to Paphos like to hire a car and go out on their travels. Perhaps Lord Andy and Nadine Ness may have been on this road once or twice. And of course, if you've not been on it since last year, coming up just yonder is a bit of a road improvement. The road had a habit of collapsing, and now they have repositioned the road, and hopefully this section of road will stay with us now for a long time indeed, because it kept on collapsing, which is quite common on some of the hillside roads in Paphos. Hopefully you're not driving on them as they collapse, because if it does, well, what can I say? You're going to get a bit of suspension damage, that's for sure, and perhaps even some underpant damage as you, stop it now, Mr. Paul, stop it now. There's the blueness in the sky, one or two clouds. We've had some strange weather, a lot of dust around, but the temperature, if you're curious to know, at 10:30 in the morning is 19.5 degrees in the first few days of May. So we're not doing too bad, are we? Perhaps if you're in the northern hemisphere, it might be that little bit more chilly. But look at that, get ready. Feast your eyes and digest. The views are coming, they're going to get better and better. I now can see the skyline in downtown Paphos. There's the big tower known as the Monstrosity, but I don't think it looks too bad. And of course it's the Soho Tower down on the downtown Paphos main hotels road. And of course could be a great place for you if you want to, well, drop €4.5 million on an apartment. You never know, you might have it under your bed. Have a quick rummage around and see if Bob is there. because he might want to help you out. Maybe you've got 2 or 3 Uncle Bobs. Hopefully you have, because that's quite a lot of money to come up with. But certainly up in the hills of Armaghetti and the Coletia area and the Timmy area, it is very, very beautiful indeed, and not that far from Paphos. 10 minutes in a car at sensible speeds without speeding. I don't tend to speed very much, and that's the view you get. See, if you live in the mountainside, you do get some spectacalities of views, and of course the air is that little bit fresher, and you can just relax that a little bit more, and now and again get in a car and pop down to downtown Paphos and perhaps get yourself a bite to eat in the promenade or harbour area, and perhaps do a chuchka dance down the promenade, and perhaps pop over and say Yasu Gumbaru to Mr. Paul, and of course the most beautiful woman in the world, that is Miss Ochin, Gracidia Labouf. And for those of you perhaps who are new to the channel and you're wondering, well, what does Ochin Gracidia Labouf mean? It's Russian and it means very beautiful love. Ochin is very, Gracidia is beautiful, and Labouf is love. So that's the name I gave to her, and she's the love of my life, and I do believe she is the most beautiful woman in the world. So if you do see us, come over and say hello. And if you don't want to be on camera, come and see us just afterwards, perhaps in the Pelican restaurant, normally from around about 3:30 in an afternoon. Of course, as the summer nights join us, we'd like you to join us as we sit there night after night until the Pelican restaurant closes and they physically chuck us out. Big shout out to 2 girls in downtown Yorkshire. There's a mum and a daughter. They tune in now and again. Big shout out to Lenny Enid and of course our girl Lady Alison. Hopefully you'll come and join us in Paphos again this summer. Last time you were in the Mayfair Hotel, one of the best hotels we think on a budget in downtown Paphos. I don't like that word, by the way. And it's a great hotel, great menu, great food, great staff, great service in a great, great location. Excuse this bit of a monstrosity on the left-hand side. This is where all the bin lorries are parked up. You've got to have it, haven't you? But unfortunately, you'd think they'd put some trees around it. Perhaps we'll come and plant some trees and save the environment from that view. But that view right in front of us, of course, is straight down to the blue Mediterranean Sea. Don't forget, if you do like what you see, please hit that like. Please click that subscribe button. It doesn't cost you a single penny. It just tells YouTube that you like what you've seen, and perhaps they should recommend this little channel known as Marika and me to more like-minded people like yourselves. But if you would like to keep the channel afloat, if you would like to gift us that couple of bob, you can always hunt us down on the Buy Me a Coffee platform. If you Google the magic words Buy Me a Coffee, Marika and me, up will come our landing page. And of course you'll have the opportunity to read that a little bit more about us, and if you wish, a comment or two, and perhaps from the kindness of your heart you will then gift us that virtual coffee or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5, and we thank you very, very much from the bottom of our 2 hearts. You can also join us as a superstar member. Only €10 a month, you get yourself a special title, privileges, and of course you get yourself that little bit closer to Marika and me. You can also help us out via the comment section on Buy Me a Coffee, and you can hit that heart-shaped button with a $sign in the middle and gift us that couple of bob. Big shout out to some of the guys that like to keep us afloat. If your name's Lady Ali, thank you very, very much. If your name's Sir David Potter, thank you very, very much indeed. There's a girl who likes a bit of brightness in her life in downtown South Wales. If your name's Lady Whitney and there's a Sir Jason in your life, thank you very, very much indeed. We're now circumnavigating the area of Timmy, and of course that view before was straight down to the Paphos airport. Hopefully that's where you will all be touching down very, very soon indeed. Then you'll get into a car, a taxi or a bus and be whisked away to the downtown Paphos promenade and harbour area, or perhaps even further afield. But the main event in Paphos is definitely the promenade and the harbour area. So we'll look forward to seeing you very, very soon indeed. We're now going to go under the highway, motorway, whatever you choose to call it. It's a dual carriageway that links Paphos to Limassol, to Nicosia, and of course to Larnaca. Let's let these guys go. There we are. Always drive carefully when you're travelling around, wherever you are in the world. Give that little bit of respect and drive carefully, and don't flash your lights and honk your horn and those kind of things, except when you get to a red traffic light, because that is the job of a girl in downtown Norwich. Her name's Lady Andrea. She's got a peacock in her life called Sir Mart, and it's her job to always make sure that the traffic lights are on green. So whenever you get to a traffic light and they're not on green, phone her on her hot number and well, shout down her ear, and I'm pretty sure that peacock will give her a slap or two in between brushing up in his warehouse, because he is the greatest seller of Volkswagen parts in the world. That is the view down to the airport, like I was saying, and we're going to join the old airport road at the end. If we take a left 3 or 4 kilometres, we would be at the airport itself. We're going to take a right and head along the old airport road back in the direction of Paphos. And like I say, if you do like what you see, hit the like, click that subscribe, and don't forget to keep coming back for that little bit more of my complete and utter madness as I take you on my travels in and around Paphos. And of course, if there is somewhere that you'd like me to go, drop it in those comments, hunt us down that Buy Me a Coffee page, gift us those coffees, and guess what? That video will be coming very, very soon indeed. There you go. Paphos Airport is 7 kilometres. In English money, that's about, what, 4.5 miles. And we are going to head in the direction of Paphos. Just over yonder, it says 8 kilometres, so 5 miles or so. I'm going to say thanks for watching. If you do like what you see, hit that like, click that subscribe. Don't forget, keep coming back for a little bit more of my complete and utter madness. And it's a beautiful day, by the way. It really, really is. See you again very, very soon indeed.